When Yamaha launched the first ever R15 in India, I remember it was the year 2008. It was India's first ever fully faired super sport motorcycle inspired by its bigger siblings like the Yamaha YZF R1 and R6. From seeing the first Yamaha R15 as a school kid, it broke sales records across the country for Yamaha India back then and continued to do so with each of its versions. May it be the R15 V2 in 2011 or the V3 in 2017. It continued to be the favorite amongst the school and college going youth in the 150cc motorcycle category. The reasons were it was a big bike feel in a smaller budget with fabulous looks and the super sport nature of these motorcycles, which kept its fan base engaged and attracted towards them. Now in 2021, the all-new R15 V4 is the fourth generation of the legendary R15, which shares the same DNA with two super sports like YZF R1 and R1M.
Hello everyone, this is Shahbaz welcoming you back to your favorite automotive portal, Onway-Mechanic. Today we have two beautiful machines for you which were recently launched by Yamaha India on 21st September 2021 through a live event, the R15M and the R15 version 4. Let's go check them out.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Hey.
Let's start by talking about what's common between the two motorcycles. It is the powertrain. It has the reliable Yamaha engine, which is a 155cc liquid-cooled SOHC motor, which we've seen on the R15 version 1, 2 and 3. It is further refined this time to churn out 18.14 horsepower and 14.3 Newton meters of torque. Comes along with a 6-speed manual transmission. The only difference between the two, this one comes with a quick shifter pre-installed. Moving on to what's unique technology provided in these motorcycles, it is VVA, which stands for Variable Valve Actuation. What this technology works is there are two different intakes, right? The first one is functional in the low revs, giving the motorcycle quick torque and pull in the lower RPM to mid-range. Then the moment you hit 7400 RPM and above, the second valve starts intaking the air, giving you further pull even in the higher RPMs till the red line. Next up, this time Yamaha has played all its cards and left nothing unturned. They are not only making these motorcycles beautiful, but they've also provided the latest and modern racing technology like slip and assist clutch, quick shifter as pre-installed on this model, while it's an optional on the R15 version 4. You also have ABS, and also traction control comes as basic on both the models, which makes it pretty stable while riding. And all these feature suite together gives you a very confident, very challenging and very powerful ride. Now moving on, like all of us Indians will always have that question, deti kitna hai? Now these motorcycles are very good in terms of their mileage as well. They provide 40 km per litre of fuel mileage, and that's beautiful with the way these motorcycles look, the way they perform, with also great mileage. Rolling over to the looks of the motorcycle, it has a very aggressive front, which is inspired by the Yamaha R7. The scoop houses the front projector headlamp. You have the daytime running lights at the side, which is called by Yamaha as position LED lamps. Then moving on, you have this visor which is already scooped, so you don't require to go for aftermarket visor to feel the scoop. Then you have the side fairing, which is pretty aerodynamic and houses the badging of R15M. But this overall design is not only great in looks, it's also pretty aerodynamic helps in reducing the overall coefficient of aerodynamic drag of this motorcycle. From the version 3 to version 2, it has reduced from 0.3 to 0.2 now, which means less drag from the oncoming air and faster speed. Then this tank is pretty beefy, has the 3D emblem and the badging of Yamaha. Here you have the badging of R15M. There are two racing lines coming from the front to the end of the tank. The seat is comfortable than before, is a bigger and wider seat. Then the pillion seat is also pretty comfortable. This tail is also has the scoops for aerodynamics. And then the tail section is pretty much like the R15 version 3, nothing much changed there, but it still suits the overall look of the motorcycle. Then talking about this silencer, this comes with a silver plate which complements the overall look and color theme of the motorcycle. And with all these features summing up together, it looks like a fabulously big motorcycle in a small budget. The overall lighting setup on this motorcycle, except for the indicators, everything else is LED. The side DRLs, the front projector lamp, the tail section is LED. It's only the indicators which are halogen, but you have an option to convert them to LED. Let's talk about the dash of the motorcycle. It is a LCD unit, has a lot of information, which offers track and street mode options and various other indicators like traction control on off, gear shift indicator. Also, it gets easily connected through Yamaha Motorcycle Connect app, which then offers various notifications on display like call, SMS and email alerts. The toggling button of this dash is here below the hazard switch. Then you have this toggle button which you can use to change the modes and the features and the functions of the dash. Then if you want to see where the Bluetooth unit is, you have to come to the rear of the motorcycle, open the pillion seat. Here it is your Bluetooth device. This is what connects you to the motorcycle through your phone. And it's easily accessible, so if you want to alternate services. Coming on to the switches, the quality is decent. Here you have the upper dipper and pass button. Here you have the indicator switch. And below you have your horn button. This side you have the engine kill switch, which kills it, runs it, and then starts it, converts into a stealth button. Here you have the hazard switch. It comes with a preloaded hazard. Then here you have the toggle button, as I told you, for the dash. The switch quality overall is pretty nice. The hand grips are comfortable. Then here you have caps on the shockers, which is not available in R15 version 4, only comes with R15M. This is the overall look of the motorcycle when you sit on it and you see all this R15M badging. Talking about my riding experience of this motorcycle, I think the engine is fairly smooth because it's been a reliable engine right from R15 version 1 to version 4 now. Although it has been further tuned to become much more smoother and faster. This one is a fabulous engine, very smooth ride. I loved it. I personally ride a 650cc motorcycle with 50 horsepower. In spite of that, I did not find it very slow motorcycle. I think it was pretty fast. What adds into the ride experience is your slip and assist clutch, the quick shifter, the traction control and the ABS. They all make you very confident when you're riding through this motorcycle at low or higher speeds. Talking about the ergonomics of the motorcycle, it is very aggressive in terms of its overall seating position. The riding height is very nominal for Indian riders, 815 millimeters of seat height, which is pretty comfortable. Another reason which adds to the overall stability of the motorcycle is the frame that Yamaha has chosen for this motorcycle. This is usually known as the diamond frame, which is called as Delta Box frame by Yamaha, which adds to the overall stability and confidence powering motorcycle that this is. Now talking about the front suspension, you have KYB upside down front forks which are anodized, they are not just golden in color. At the back you have rear monoshock, which works pretty well. Talking about the brakes, at the front you have a 282mm disc powered by bi-brake calipers. Moving at the back you have a 220mm disc which is powered by the Nissin calipers. So at the front you have bi-brake, at the back you have Nissin. Both have a pretty decent bite. It is pretty confidence inspiring, so you don't feel anxious or when you're doing high speeds. Now talking about the bottom things on this motorcycle, talking about its shoes, which are the tires, come from MRF. At the front you have a tubeless 100/80 section tire, 17-inch rim. At the back you have again MRF, which is a tubeless radial tire, 140/70 17 section tire. That's about the tires, but when we talk about the ground clearance of this motorcycle, it's a huge 170 mm, which is very great for a sports motorcycle like this. So this was the Yamaha R15M. Moving on, you have Yamaha R15 version 4, which with some cuts pretty much looks about the same motorcycle. And the third version which is available, it is a limited edition MotoGP livery edition of Monster. Imagine. Now that was all from me. Because this motorcycle appeals to the masses in the younger generation, which is people from the age group of 18 to 25, let's go to someone to know why the youngsters feel so attached to this motorcycle. I'm gonna have my co-anchor Gaurav tell you about it.
Hey guys, this is Gaurav Singh, and here I am to tell you about what youngsters like me love about these bikes, R15M and R15 V4. Here are the 5 reasons. Reason number 1, fastest motorcycle in a 150cc category. Reason number 2, it gives you a big bike feel in a very less budget. Reason number 3, great mileage, 40 kilometers per liter. Reason number 4, using technology like grip and assist clutch, traction control, and quick shifter. Reason number 5, one of the best looking motorcycles in Indian market today.
That was Gaurav telling you the 5 reasons why youngsters feel like buying these motorcycles. If you want to check the details for them, they're also available on an article on our website, Onway-Mechanic.in. Now talking about the pricing of this motorcycle, the pricing has increased from the previous version 3. The on-road price of version 3 was around 1,77,000. This one, the ex-showroom is around that 177. If you want to talk about the details of the pricing, they're available here on the screen, which you can check them out based on the variant. Now this was us with these new motorcycles, but in case in the future you want to get them serviced, or you want to get them checked, or you want to get roadside assistance, you can always call your favorite company, Onway-Mechanic.
Thanks a lot to Rohit and team from Savega Yamaha, MP Nagar Bhopal. This video would have not been possible without them sponsoring the motorcycles. So thank you again.
So if you liked the video, click the like button, hit subscribe, follow our channel for your favorite YouTube automotive content. This was Shahbaz.
This is Gaurav.
On your favorite YouTube channel, Onway-Mechanic.
हाँ साइड जाओ भाई वहाँ पे नहीं बैठना हेलमेट वेलमेट लगा दो आ जाओ